Did you know that the small butterfly-shaped gland in your neck, the thyroid, has an enormous impact on virtually every cell in your body? It's true. When this tiny gland isn't producing enough of its vital hormones, it can slow down your entire system, leading to a condition called hypothyroidism. It's more common than you might think, and like kidney disease, it's often hiding in plain sight. Millions of people worldwide are living with an underactive thyroid and don't even know it. This is a significant problem because if we can identify hypothyroidism early, we can usually manage it effectively and help you reclaim your energy and vitality. So, today, I'm going to walk you through the top 10 signs of hypothyroidism that you can actually see or feel in your body, which may just help you understand what's truly going on and empower you to seek the right help. Your thyroid gland sits right at the base of your neck, just above your collarbone. Most people know it produces hormones, but what exactly do those hormones do? Well, thyroid hormones are like the master regulators of your body's metabolism. They influence how quickly your cells convert nutrients into energy. Think of them as the accelerator pedal for your body's engine. If you don't have enough, everything slows down. They play a role in heart rate, body temperature, digestion, brain function, and even the health of your hair, skin, and nails. So the question is, how would you know if this crucial gland was sputtering? Let's start with one of the most common and often overlooked signs: persistent fatigue and low energy. And I don't mean just feeling a little tired after a long day. I'm talking about a deep, pervasive exhaustion that sleep doesn't seem to touch. You wake up feeling drained, and that feeling dogs you all day long. You might find yourself struggling to get through your usual tasks, feeling like you're moving through quicksand. To understand why this happens, let's take a closer look at what thyroid hormones do. These hormones, primarily T3 and T4, are responsible for regulating your body's energy production at a cellular level. They tell your mitochondria, the powerhouses of your cells, how efficiently to convert food into energy. When thyroid hormone levels are low, this process slows down. Your cells aren't getting the signal to produce enough energy, so your entire body operates at a lower capacity. It's like a car trying to run on an almost empty fuel tank. This fatigue isn't just a matter of feeling tired, it can profoundly impact your quality of life, making it hard to concentrate, affecting your mood, and limiting your ability to enjoy activities you once loved. If you're constantly feeling exhausted, despite adequate sleep, it's definitely a sign worth investigating. Okay, now let's move on to another telltale sign that often appears on your skin: dry, rough skin and brittle nails. Many people attribute dry skin to cold weather or a lack of moisturizer. But if your skin consistently feels like sandpaper, looks dull, and perhaps even appears pale or yellowish, it could be a sign of an underactive thyroid. Your nails might also become weak, brittle, and prone to breaking or peeling. Why does this happen? Thyroid hormones play a crucial role in maintaining healthy skin cell turnover and regulating sweat and oil gland function. When these hormones are insufficient, skin cell regeneration slows down, leading to an accumulation of dead skin cells and a rougher texture. Furthermore, reduced oil and sweat production means your skin loses its natural protective barrier, becoming drier and more susceptible to irritation. As for nails, they become more fragile because the metabolic processes that support their growth are also impaired. This isn't just a cosmetic issue. Extremely dry skin can lead to itching and discomfort, and brittle nails can be painful. So, if you're battling persistent dryness and brittleness that doesn't respond to usual moisturizers, your thyroid might be sending you a signal. All right, now let's talk about something many people find distressing: unexplained weight gain or difficulty losing weight. You might be eating the same amount, or even less, and exercising regularly, but the numbers on the scale keep creeping up. Or, despite your best efforts, you just can't seem to shed those extra pounds. This can be incredibly frustrating and disheartening. Here's why this often occurs in hypothyroidism. As we discussed, thyroid hormones regulate your metabolism, how quickly your body burns calories for energy. When your thyroid is underactive, your basal metabolic rate (BMR) slows down. This means your body isn't burning as many calories at rest, and consequently, you store more of them as fat. It's like your body's internal thermostat has been turned down. Even a modest decrease in thyroid function can lead to a few extra pounds, and in some cases, it can be quite significant. This weight gain isn't typically due to increased fat alone, but also can involve some fluid retention due to the metabolic slowdown. If you're experiencing stubborn weight gain that doesn't align with your diet and exercise habits, it's a strong indicator that your thyroid might be a factor. Next up, let's consider a common complaint that often goes hand in hand with the previous signs: feeling cold all the time, even in warm environments. Do you find yourself reaching for sweaters when others are comfortable in short sleeves? Do your hands and feet always feel icy, even indoors? This heightened sensitivity to cold is a classic symptom of hypothyroidism. This makes perfect sense when you remember that thyroid hormones are vital for regulating your body's internal thermostat. When your metabolism slows down due to insufficient thyroid hormones, your body generates less heat. Your core body temperature actually drops slightly, making you feel perpetually cold. Your peripheral circulation might also be reduced, leading to colder hands and feet. It's an uncomfortable symptom that can significantly impact your daily comfort. If you're constantly feeling chilly, and it's a new or worsening sensation for you, consider your thyroid. Okay, let's switch gears and focus on something related to hair thinning or loss, especially the outer third of your eyebrows. Many people experience some degree of hair shedding, but if you notice your hair thinning significantly, becoming dry and brittle, or if you specifically observe a loss of hair from the outer edges of your eyebrows, it's a very suggestive sign of hypothyroidism. Why the hair loss? Thyroid hormones are essential for the growth cycle of your hair follicles. They influence how quickly hair grows and how long it stays in the growth phase. When thyroid hormone levels are low, hair follicles may enter the resting phase prematurely and stay there longer, leading to increased shedding and slower regrowth. The specific loss from the outer third of the eyebrows is a classic, though not exclusive sign that clinicians often look for. If your hair is thinning more than usual, feels coarse, or you're losing the distinctive arch of your eyebrows, it's worth bringing up with your doctor. Now let's talk about something that can really impact your daily comfort and quality of life: muscle aches, joint pain, and stiffness. You might wake up feeling stiff or experience aches and pains in your muscles and joints throughout the day, even without strenuous activity. These pains can be generalized or localized, and they often don't seem to have a clear cause. The connection to the thyroid lies in its role in metabolic processes. Low thyroid hormone levels can lead to inflammation in the muscles and joints. Additionally, the metabolic slowdown can affect the repair and maintenance of these tissues, making them more prone to pain and stiffness. Some individuals may also develop carpal tunnel syndrome, characterized by pain, numbness, and tingling in the hand and wrist, which can be linked to fluid retention and nerve compression associated with hypothyroidism. If you're experiencing unexplained and persistent muscle or joint discomfort, especially in conjunction with other symptoms, it's another piece of the puzzle. Next, a common, often embarrassing, and uncomfortable issue: constipation. While many factors can contribute to irregular bowel movements, if you're experiencing chronic constipation, bowel movements that are infrequent, difficult to pass, and persistently bothersome, it can be a sign that your digestive system is slowing down due to an underactive thyroid. Here's why. Thyroid hormones directly influence the motility of your digestive tract. They regulate the rhythmic contractions of the muscles in your intestines that move food through your system. When thyroid hormone levels are low, these contractions become weaker and less frequent, causing food and waste to move through your colon much more slowly. This extended transit time allows more water to be absorbed from the stool, making it harder and more difficult to pass. If you've noticed a significant change in your bowel habits towards chronic constipation and other typical remedies aren't helping, it's worth considering your thyroid function. Okay, let's talk about a symptom that can affect your mental clarity: brain fog, memory problems, and difficulty concentrating. Do you find yourself struggling to recall words, forgetting appointments, or having trouble focusing on tasks that used to be easy? This feeling of mental sluggishness, often described as brain fog, is a very real and frustrating symptom of hypothyroidism. The brain is highly dependent on thyroid hormones for optimal function. They play a critical role in neurotransmitter production and nerve cell communication. When thyroid hormone levels are insufficient, these processes slow down, leading to impaired cognitive function. You might feel mentally dull, have trouble processing information, or experience a noticeable decline in your memory and ability to concentrate. This isn't just feeling a bit distracted. It can significantly impact your work, studies, and daily life. If your mental sharpness feels diminished and it's a persistent issue, consider the possibility of a thyroid imbalance. Now let's consider something visible around your eyes: puffiness in your face, especially around the eyes. You might wake up with a swollen, puffy face, particularly noticeable around your eyelids, making your eyes seem smaller. This isn't just a temporary swelling from lack of sleep, it can be a persistent facial puffiness. This symptom is related to a unique type of swelling called myxedema, which is specific to hypothyroidism. Unlike the pitting edema we discussed in the kidney disease script, where pressing leaves an indent, this swelling is caused by the accumulation of hyaluronic acid and other complex sugars in the skin and underlying tissues. These substances attract water, leading to a non-pitting, boggy type of swelling that gives the face a distinctively puffy appearance. The skin can also appear thicker or doughy. If you're noticing persistent facial puffiness, particularly around your eyes, that doesn't resolve with usual remedies. It's a strong visual cue to consider. And finally, let's wrap up with another important but often overlooked visual clue: a hoarse voice or a lump sensation in your throat. You might notice your voice becoming deeper, rougher, or hoarser than usual. Sometimes, people also report a feeling of fullness, tightness, or a lump in their throat, even though there's nothing physically blocking it. The thyroid gland is located very close to your vocal cords. When the thyroid gland itself becomes enlarged, a condition called a goiter, due to constant stimulation from the pituitary gland, it can press on the vocal cords, leading to hoarseness. Even without a visibly enlarged goiter, the myxedema, the accumulation of fluid and complex sugars, can affect the tissues around the larynx, contributing to voice changes and the sensation of a lump or tightness in the throat. If your voice has changed significantly or you have a persistent sensation in your throat, it's worth investigating your thyroid. So there you have it. 10 signs of hypothyroidism you can see or feel. The truth is, many people won't recognize these symptoms as connected to their thyroid until they become quite pronounced, or until they hear about them. If you find out earlier, it's often picked up incidentally on blood work. So paying attention to your body and understanding these signs is key. The most common cause by far is an autoimmune condition called Hashimoto's thyroiditis, where your own immune system mistakenly attacks your thyroid gland. Other causes can include iodine deficiency, certain medications, or even damage to the pituitary gland. The good news is that hypothyroidism is highly treatable. Once diagnosed, it's usually managed with synthetic thyroid hormone replacement therapy, which is often a daily pill that can dramatically improve your symptoms and quality of life. So, hopefully this video has helped you appreciate how amazing your thyroid gland is and why it's so important to recognize when it might be struggling. If you're experiencing several of these signs, don't self-diagnose, but rather talk to your doctor about getting your thyroid function checked. A simple blood test can often provide the answers you need. If you found this information helpful, please like this video and consider subscribing for more health insights. As always, stay curious, stay healthy, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.